So that's the end of week 2. There's quite a lot in there. My focus day this week was snatch. And I made some good progress there, so watch later in the video to see this. I introduced some WODs this week as well, which was super good, super exhausting, and I did terribly on all of them. But the goal is to improve the WODs one by one as I go towards the French Throwdown CrossFit Open next year. So yeah, tune in. I'm gonna carry on stretching now, and please tune in to see how I got on in week 2, my stats, and let's go. I did 1 on each leg last week, so this week it has to be 2. Five, I think, each side. Boom. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm introducing my first WOD in 5 weeks since my shoulder problems. So I'm going to do everything at like 50% the weight just to see how this holds up, but try and get a bit of the intensity and the speed going. Let's see how it goes. So good session today. I managed to get 5 on each leg on my pistol squats, which is 4 more than I managed last week. So super happy about that. Still landed on my arse, but that's halfway to my goal of 10 each side. So really happy about that. Other than that, just some good old accessory work, training the back, just looking after my posture and my shoulder by keeping those lats strong and engaged. And that's it. So today is the snatch focus, going to be doing my snatch complex and snatch accessory moves, and I'm also going to be working on another WOD. Now because my timeline has moved up, I'm actually starting the competition as it is. At the end of January I need to be doing WODs 4 or 5 times a week now, so that I'm up to speed, as it were, by the time we get to the online qualifiers for the French throwdown. So every day now there's going to be a WOD chucked in there. These WODs were created by AI. You can see here I did a video on how I went about doing that. So was the snatch program, actually. Again, refer to that video and it'll tell you how I went about asking ChatGPT to create that for me. So yeah, I'm going to warm up now and then we're going to get to it. All right, let's go. Bam. So, general warm up, I'm going to do some more movement specific warm up next, but I'm also going to be putting these on, which are lifters. So they've got a heel, 2-inch heel there, which helps with the Olympic lift work. And I'm also going to be putting on these sort of semi-compression knee sleeves to keep my knees warm, help stave off injury, and let me lift better, basically. They're allowed, so I'll take everything I can get. Okay, so that's my movement specific stuff. What do we do? Overhead squats, muscle snatch, I guess you call that a strict snatch pull, and some snatch jerk thing. I can't remember what that other one's called. Just to get my body warmed up. Always keeping an eye on my shoulder, feeling good at the minute. I can feel it a little bit cooling, but I think that's just because it's still warming up. So now onto the main workout. So the main workout is a snatch complex. So it's a snatch and followed by a hang snatch. So in succession, we'll see in a minute. Then it's going to be some overhead squats. Then it's going to be some snatch pulls. And then it's going to be some posterior chain work, so Romanian deadlifts. And after that, we're going to go into the WOD. So it is Saturday 5:30, 5 in the morning. Hopefully I'll be done by about 6:30, ready for the working day afterwards. There you go. All right, rock and roll. Sorry, I forgot to mention that, yeah, so obviously I'm building up to an 80 kilo snatch. By the time I hit the end of January, it was supposed to be the end of February, so that timeline's moved up a little bit. I'm currently sitting around, well, I was before my shoulder injury, around 65. So I've still got 15 kilos to add. It might be a tall order, but I'm going to get as close to that as I can. But that obviously means that I'm not going for 80 this week. 80 is the goal at the end of January, stroke mid-January. We'll see. So we're going to try and just, this week, it's just about working those weights back up to where I was, obviously because I've taken the break. So if I can snatch, last week was 40, if I can do 50, 55 this week, that'd be great. And see if I can get back up to 60, 65 next week. So let's see how it goes. All right. That actually felt like a ton of bricks. I've got a long way to go, but I got 55 in the end. So we'll try and get that to 60, 65 again next week. Right, accessories. A bit too heavy, not quite there yet. That's my snatch work done. As you can see, still weak overhead. Shoulder let me down a little bit there on the overhead squats, but I did manage to do everything at 55 kilos. No, the overhead squat was 50 kilos, everything else is at 55 kilos, so I'm pretty happy with that for the moment. I will see if we can push that weight up just to maybe 60 kilos next week. I'm on that way to getting back to full strength, so that's good. Now to finish off the last 10 minutes of the workout is my WOD of the day. Here we go. Oh. plus WOD workout. Hi, beautiful Tuesday morning. The snatch went quite well, I think. I got close to where I wanted to be. Not where I need to be, but close to where I wanted to be today, so that's good. At my 55 kilos, not bad. The WOD, is another matter. My best on that is about 6 rounds. There I managed 4 in 10 minutes. So I've definitely lost some of my engine over the last month, where I've not been doing much, well, any cardio at all really. So I need to build that back up. 6 rounds is still not enough to get anywhere in the CrossFit Open on that particular workout. I need to be somewhere like 10 rounds to be at a decent level. So a long way to go. I'm only halfway there. There's a long way to go there. But we continue. Keep trying to get better each week. And yeah, that's it.
And here's what the rest of the week looked like. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The video would just be too long if I showed you all that as well, but here's what I did.
All in all, pretty good week. Pretty good training sessions. The introduction of the WODs was a challenge, an additional challenge, not just a challenge fitness-wise, but also a challenge on time. Now I need an extra 10-15 minutes a day for my training. So getting up super early in the morning, I'm typically up at 5 a.m. so I can get everything done and be out of the gym by 6:30. Luckily, of course, the gym's in my home, so there's no commute to worry about. All in all, I'm behind in all my WODs. You can see here that I need to get better at my WODs. These are my target goals, and you can see where I am now. So if I can get close to these target goals by the end of January, February time, then I'm in really great shape, the best shape I'm going to be in to compete. So that's as good as it's going to get for me, at least for this round. Oh. So you can see I was able to improve on my lifts. Got my snatch up a bit, got my clean and jerk up a bit. I got 5 full reps on the pistol squat out of 10. So I'm now halfway there, which is really good news. And yeah, I just need to keep going, keep heading to those targets. Again, if I get to these targets as well as my WOD targets by the end of January, February time-ish, then certainly for the CrossFit Open, yeah, I'm just going to be in the best shape I can be to try and get into that top 25% and get through the first round. Next week, I'm going to be looking at my muscle up work, my muscle up complexes, bearing in mind that I've scaled back a little bit to let my shoulder recover, and my shoulder feels fantastic. And as always, if you like what you see, please subscribe, especially leave comments if you see parts of my training that I can improve on easily. Anything that can help me get closer to my goal is greatly appreciated. And I'll speak to you guys next week. Thanks very much for tuning in. Bye bye.
That's exhausting.